Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened. I don't know what the heck. I don't know what happened. My thing totally crashed.
Hey, Arrakis fans.
Why is it not going live?
Everyone's wondering, is Duncan and Idaho really coming back to Dune Part 3?
Did I even go live again? I have no idea, dude. And why did this die? Looks like I'm back. Yeah, my stream died. I don't know what the heck happened. Well, hopefully that guy comes back. So I was talking with that guy. That was stupid. Is this gonna keep dying like this? No, I think we're okay. Yeah, I'm having network. I guess I'm having network issues. What's going on? Yeah, my webcam seems all blurry. My bitrate. Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason, at night, sometimes at night, I'll have these weird network issues like this. Even though I have awesome internet. There we go. Okay, I'm live on Twitch. And that seems okay. And then, yeah. Dude, I have to go do this again. I just did this crap. I just set this to monetize. Anyways, hopefully we get people to come back in here, because... Ugh. And hopefully the stream doesn't die again. Oh, yeah, my stream just crashed a minute ago. I was talking to this other guy in the stream, and my everything just crashed. And I was like, what the heck? Oh, what about that freaking Portugal game, though, man? That was something tonight. We're going to talk a little bit. I got these news stories lined up after we played the Funcom video. And I was waiting for some people to get into the chat, but, I mean, people are not joining. And it is a Thursday night. But, yeah, I don't know why my stream crashed. I have plenty of good internet, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay, so we can save that. And then... Yeah, man, Croatia got robbed at the end, but that guy was way offsides. It wasn't like close. It was like really offsides. So they kind of did it themselves. That one dude, he went too. That guy went way. It wasn't like it was like on the line or something. It was like the guy was obviously offsides, and they took the goal, dude. Man, they would have went the extra time. That was so good. That was awesome. Let's go here real quick. I'm setting this up before I play the video. We're not getting many people watching the stream tonight. So hey, it looks like rebooting it's helped because I'm getting more viewers. Looks like. Man, Ronaldo was sweating bullets like he was gonna have to go to that they were when they got that gold. He was like, hey, crap, I gotta go to extra time. Am I really gonna get knocked out in the round of 32? Yeah, the penalty kicks are always the best thing. Those are always the most fun if they go to penalty kicks. It's so much more fun to go to penalty kicks. But we're getting some. We're waiting for a couple more people to get in here. I haven't even started nothing yet because my stream crashed. I hope it doesn't crash again. But we're waiting to get into this. I was waiting for some more Dune people to get in here from the team, but yeah, I'm in Dune. I'm in the my Twitch is going, so this better not crash again on me. Is this one good? That's running. Okay, that one's good. Back up. Yeah, that game was nuts. Well, we were eating it at the restaurant. We were eating Korean barbecue while watching it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just go with this. We're gonna watch this. So tonight we're gonna talk about this Funcom update that came out, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about everyone, the talk of the town, man. Talk a little bit about stuff that sucks right now, like AKA Supergirl. And the Supergirl movie is supposedly like the worst thing ever. And the trailer looked, the first time I saw that trailer, I was like, that doesn't look good. What is this? This doesn't look like Supergirl stuff. Oh, Fabry Raptor's here. Good. Yeah, that Supergirl trailer looked horrible. That's when I first saw it months ago, and I was like, that does not look good. And then apparently, lo and behold, the movie is a piece of junk. And that's supposed to be the DCU, like the new DC universe, and it's like, wow. And that Superman movie that came out, what? I don't remember when that came out. That sucked. That newer one, it was so bland and lame. It was just so like, it was horrible. The one with the Brandon Routh was way better. Or that one, but then also Henry Cavill, the Superman of Steel, was way better. And then the Brandon Routh one was actually, to me, was the closest to like the old movie. But Superman Returns is actually a good movie. Let's see here. So we're gonna go ahead and play this, and then Funcom came out with the 8-minute update, so we're gonna watch it. So here we go.
Arrakis is the key. You have one task. Find the Fremen.
Dune Awakening launched in 2025. Since then, we've continued expanding and improving the game alongside our players.
Over the last year, we released over 15 updates, 2 new chapters.
Reworked the endgame, made PvP optional.
So many quality of life changes.
I saw something.
And all of it came from player feedback.
Now, Dune Awakening is finally coming to PlayStation and Xbox on September 22nd.
And with it, all versions of the game, including PC, are getting a big update, making this the new and improved version of Dune Awakening.
September will bring the most evolved.
Fabry Raptor, you seeing what I'm seeing? Look up there on his shoulder. It's Lady Jessica. Lady Jessica's up there. Guess who hand carried that to them on the airplane across the world to Funcom? Oh, awesome. They still got it up there.
And complete version of Dune Awakening ever. If you've been playing since launch,
there it is. Look.
If you've stepped away, or maybe you were waiting for the console release, here is everything that's changed and everything that's coming next.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 o'clock, hit it!
When we launched Dune Awakening, the goal was to keep evolving the game with feedback from all players that joined us since launch. And one thing kept coming up.
Let me play solo.
I need single player.
Let me play alone.
Let me play solo.
Let me play solo. Now.
And we're finally making it happen. Single player. You'll be able to experience the full game in your own private world.
It's already safe.
Just you and the vastness of Arrakis.
And because it's your world,
Yeah, they got a card, Funcom, which I hand carried. I've been in that building. You knew that. I took that trip and I went and toured the Funcom location in Oslo, Norway. But I carried that card and I gave the same card you got. The same card because I had multiple of them. You weren't the only one to get one. No, I went there last March when we went to Europe, and then we took the trip to go. Went to Oslo, Norway to go tour the Funcom headquarters. I toured it. I toured the game company that makes the game. I've been in there. I've been right there where he's standing. And then I donated the card to the Funcom. I gave it to him. And then they have it on display there in all their videos now. Hey, they gotta have a Dune card. They're doing the only big Dune game, so Funcom has to have a Dune card. They gotta have it. It's graded too. That's a 10. Yeah, yeah, they can't not have a rare Dune card if they're making a Dune game. So it was only my duty. It was my duty to have them for them to have one.
You'll also control how challenging that experience is. You can choose from preset difficulty options or customize every aspect of the experience yourself. If you want to focus on the story, building, or maybe want the most punishing survival experience, those choices will be available to you. You can even change them while playing.
And because we've been able to make those options available for single player, they're coming to private servers and self-hosted servers too. This expanded control over your world will let you control storms, progression speed, durability, building rules, PvP settings, death penalties, and much more. Players who want to shape their own version of Dune Awakening will have far more freedom to do so.
September also marks a huge milestone for us, console launch. On September 22nd, Dune Awakening will arrive on PlayStation 5 and across the Xbox ecosystem, including Game Pass support, Xbox Play Anywhere.
So I will be live streaming new character on PlayStation 5 Pro. Because I got a PS5 Pro just for this game. Our PS5, right? We know. Anyways, so we will be live streaming the new character, not single player though. I'll be doing normal multiplayer. Because you have PvE, Deep Desert now, you basically can just play PvE with people. You don't even have to go. There's no reason to play single player. You can just play safely with other people out there. So yeah. I mean, it would be kind of cool, I guess, to have some wide open space and to build it wherever you want. But I mean, you gotta have some people running around. You want to have a market, you know what I'm saying? So you want to have a market.
And cross-play, cross-progression throughout Xbox platforms. September 22nd, console release.
So then, you're not
So
quite
I guess I
Great
gotta.
plots are afoot in the.
I'm gonna have to finish the story up to a certain point because I haven't finished the DLC story, so I guess I'll have to rush through the level up and stuff when I play PS5 version.
Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply.
Dune Awakening launched with Chapter 1 setting up the stakes for the world, leading to a big reveal. With the chapters we have released since, we have expanded the story further, leading to the big update in September.
And this will be what you've all been waiting for, the conclusion of the story arc that we're calling Book 1, Awakening.
Some of this was originally planned for the Chapter 4 update, but it has since grown into something bigger, expanding the story and bringing its major mysteries and long-running questions toward a satisfying conclusion.
It's not every day we get visitors here.
Prepare yourself.
This is not the end of Dune Awakening's story, but with this chapter, players should feel like their journey has reached a meaningful milestone.
I saw it.
We've also redesigned how players
all
access their world and characters. When you launch the game, you'll now start from a more character-centric experience, making it easier to jump between your different adventures.
Because multiplayer worlds are shared experiences, there are still some boundaries in place. Single-player characters remain in single-player. Private and self-hosted characters have greater flexibility in how they handle characters and the rule sets. And transfers between official servers have been streamlined. Players can pack up their bases and vehicles and move to a different world.
The goal is simple. Make managing your Dune Awakening experience easier, clearer, and more flexible.
You pack your base up.
If you haven't been following Dune Awakening since launch, the game has changed
Which I have.
substantially. All of these changes will be available on console on day one.
Across 15 updates, multiple major chapters, 4 DLCs, also available on day one on console. We've expanded the experience in some fundamental ways.
One of the biggest discussions around the game was PvP. We heard clearly that players wanted different ways to experience Arrakis, so we moved away from a one-size-fits-all approach, and today, PvE is the default experience on official servers.
The entire game is playable in PvE only, if that's your preference.
But for players who want PvP, you can venture into a dedicated PvP deep desert with additional rewards.
And for players who want something even more extreme, a fully PvP world is possible in private and self-hosted servers.
Endgame progression was another major point of feedback, and we knew it needed to grow. So we reworked the endgame experience, expanding what players can do after reaching the later stages of the game.
The Deep Desert remains central to resource gathering, but we added lands red missions, new objectives, and 13 new repeatable mission locations to create more reasons to keep exploring and progressing.
I think the PlayStation is getting rid of media because I think people are just not buying discs anymore. They're probably just piling up in warehouses. That's got to be what it is. People are just not buying them. I haven't bought discs because for years. And it wasn't really because I didn't like them. It's because I had Edward was scratching all the media when he was a kid. Now he's adult. He doesn't do it anymore. Or not adult, but he's a teenager now. But my kid, so I stopped. I got used to not buying them because he just kept scratching discs and doing all kinds of kids do. But now that he's a teenager, I guess I could start buying. But when you buy a disc, you put it in the PS5, it still has to download all this stuff. So it's just like, what? What's the point of it? Yeah. So I don't know. I just stopped buying discs.
The Deep Desert and Lands Red missions can all be played fully PvE.
We also introduced specializations and augments, giving players more way to shape builds, increase power, and customize how their character develops in the Elder game.
We've also made major changes to base and vehicle management. Single player and custom server setups can remove those pressures entirely. And on official servers, players can now back up bases and vehicles while stepping away from the game. We also removed taxes and simplified upkeep systems.
For players who enjoy customization and community-driven experiences, we also introduced self-hosted servers on PC, opening up entirely new ways to play Dune Awakening.
And beyond these headline features, there have been thousands of additional fixes, improvements, balance changes, and quality of life updates across the game.
We've got new contracts.
More dynamic encounters.
We've got character recustomization with a lot more new customization options.
Deep desert improvements like making the deep desert seamless.
Transport ornithopters can now travel to the deep desert with an attached vehicle.
View distance is improved.
With rearranged layouts and improved resource spawning.
Improved base inventory and bank storage.
Added character transfers. Added more rewards.
Improved server stability.
There's just too many things to list in a single video.
I want my tank.
While we've been heavily focused on the September update, it's far from the end of the road. We've already announced the upcoming Polar Cap map arriving later this year, and we're continuing to work on additional updates. We're just not quite ready to talk about them.
September will bring the most evolved and complete version of Dune Awakening ever.
Whether you played at launch, took a break, or are joining us for the very first time on console, we're extremely excited for you to experience this new chapter of life on Arrakis.
Was that the end? Cool.
Arrakis is the key.
Yeah, so that was that. So yeah, we're gonna get our we're gonna get our PvP, or correction, our PS5 version, which I'll be playing on PS5, not even though I probably could just get it for free on Xbox, but I want to use the Pro. And then I have a streaming already, kind of been developing my streaming setup for it already out there in my theater room where I'm going to be playing it at, and the theater seats. So that's cool. And but that doesn't come out till the 22nd of June, or September. So that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that going on. I don't know what other videos they had come out on here. They had something come out. Do they have anything? The Q&A, we watched those. That was 3 weeks ago. So that's the latest video. I don't think we ever finished them, but it was too long. Yeah, so let's see here. So next thing we're going to talk about is this, guys. The disaster, which is Supergirl. So Supergirl came out, and apparently it only made like $38 million. Which is like a disaster for a brand new superhero movie. And it probably didn't help that the actress was out there saying all kinds of nonsense, but that just turns people off. But I don't think that was really the matter. I think it was the movie just everything. I haven't watched it, and I'm not planning on watching it. But because the trailer looked horrible, but everything I've seen, like, it's god awful. And I gotta zoom in here. I forgot the hotkey for zooming. Yeah, so Supergirl box office flop isn't just a DC disaster; it's a superhero recession, indicating a warning sign. Right? So there's like all this stuff about superhero fatigue. No, it's junk movies fatigue is what people have. Like, it's same thing with Star Wars, same thing with Star Trek, same thing with comic books. Agenda junk they keep pushing and everything, right? So we don't want to watch it. We want to watch a good thing. We don't want to watch preaching like the Avatar movie. I never watched that new Avatar movie because I just knew it'd be like that part 2 where it was all about like save the whales. I'm like, I got it. It's bad to hunt whales. We know that. We don't do it anymore. Other foreign countries do it, but the U.S. doesn't. So I know it's bad. So don't tell me I'm a bad person because other countries hunt whales. That was basically the premise of Avatar 2. It's like, you're bad because you hunt whales. No, I don't. I don't like that. I like whales. Why are you blaming me for it? Go look at foreign countries that kill whales. So it's like one of those, that movie was stupid. I don't know if you even watched Avatar 2. It was literally 2.5 or whatever, how many hours of you're bad because you murder whales and suck their whale brain juice out. And it's like, so you're bad because you're American and you do that. And it's like, no, I don't do that. I don't like that. I've never done that. So why am I getting told I'm bad? Do corporations hunt whales? I don't think they do. Maybe in like other countries, like they do, like savage type countries, they have those kind of things, but we don't do that. We kill a lot of cows and chickens. I mean, but everybody in the world does. But hey, what are you gonna do? You have to feed a billion people. Where are we at? 7 billion? 7 billion people in the world right now. Hey, until you can make a fake ribeye that tastes awesome, that's like totally Vegemite or something, then yeah, I don't know. Avatar 1 was okay. Except for, yeah, some of that stuff in there is dumb. You're not gonna go to like another planet and be like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. No, you literally did. And they're mercenaries, right? So you're making big time money. Dude, I would totally sign up to go to another world and drive a mech around. Mech bot. Yeah, and that'd be awesome. Yeah, those movies are stupid. The Avatars. I don't like them. I didn't even bother with part 3. Like, they look cool. That's the only thing good about them. The special effects are, the CGI is good. Like, really, really good. And that's literally, like, pretty much it. You know what was a better movie than that, which was pretty good, was Alita, the Alita Battle Angel. That was a good movie. And that didn't really... The ending got weird when she, like, saves her boyfriend guy. And he has his head on a robot body. And then he's, I gotta climb up there. And then he, like, falls off and dies. Or gets killed by the vents thing on the... He's trying to climb to the Cloud City thing. And then I was like, that whole scene was, like, weird. Like, what was the point of all that? I guess that happens in the comics. I don't know, but that just seems that seems silly. Other than that, it was a pretty good movie. So I would watch that one, but... Yeah, but I think James Cameron produced those or something too. Oh, you talking about in Alita Battle Angel? Yeah, like her boyfriend gets killed or almost killed, and they put his head on a robot, the old robot body, and then he's just like, looking around. I don't want to be a robot body. And then he starts climbing up to this cloud. I gotta get to the Cloud City. And she's like, no, go up there. And he's like, and then gets killed. I was like, okay, what was the point of that? Yeah, but like, yeah, that was the only stupid part. Everything else, every other part of that movie was pretty awesome. How she gets her new suit and she was in the races and fighting the bad robots. And other than that, just that ending part just didn't fit right with the movie. That ending tone of like the boyfriend getting killed and then whatever. That was kind of weird. But he was like working for the bad guys, right? Is that what that was? Yeah. Going back to Supergirl, you know what's weird about that Supergirl movie? I've seen interviews with this Millie girl, and where she's all like dolled up with makeup, and she looks like way better than she does in this movie. In real life. That's sad. Yeah, she just looks horrible in all the footage I've seen of the movie, and then in real life she's like better looking. It's weird. So Supergirl didn't just disappoint at the box office last weekend. It crashed, opening to roughly 37 million domestic and 68 million worldwide, with reports already pointing to a steep potential $120 million loss for Warner Brothers. Dude, it's... What are they doing, man? You know who they should have got to play Supergirl? What's that girl from, she was in the Ghostbusters, but now she's grown up. And she's like the girl next door looking kind of thing. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now. She was in the new Five Nights at Freddy's. What's her name? Yeah, right there. McKenna Grace. Yeah, this is who should be Supergirl. She would be good at it. She's got the girl next door thing going. And that's what you want your Supergirl to be, like the girl next door. But like, yeah, the other girl, and it's British. Like, okay, I'm tired of British actresses getting all the roles. Let's get some American people in here. And then, yeah, so it's just like, yeah, she would have been way better in as Supergirl. Yeah, I don't know why she's not in more movies. Because she's got that whole girl next door thing going, and it's like she's way better charisma for on screen, you know. I think, yeah. So But I guess that's the new thing, man, for these big budget movies. They just want to make everybody look horrible. With Disney, they do that. They do that with Disney stuff. Did my stream end? Did my stream crash again? Here, hold up. Sword, or carrying a sword, finding a hero. Wait, oh yeah. I think my TikTok just died. Is my is this still going? You guys right? Is my stream still going on YouTube? Is my stream still going on YouTube? Let's look. Let's check. Yeah, my streams are still going on YouTube. My TikTok died. That's good. Okay. Well, you know, I'm kind of done with the TikTok. You know, I'm probably gonna stop streaming to TikTok because every time I do it, it crashes. The stuff just crashes. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it. I don't know why it does that. TikTok is pretty much a dead platform. It's just total nonsense on it anyways. It's not dead, but... Oh no, I'm still streaming on TikTok, I think. And then I have 0 viewers. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I don't get any viewers. Yeah, so McKenna Grace, she would have been a way better Supergirl. See, the problem they do with this, they're trying to make this stuff all like dystopian or something. I don't know. Like the new Superman movie did not feel like Superman at all. It just felt generic or something. It felt off. Like it felt like they were trying to make a I don't know. It felt cheap. I don't know why. It felt cheap. And then he just gets his butt kicked, and that dog was okay, but the dog was not like likable, right? That was the big complaint they had. The dog was annoying. Apparently, he's even worse in this movie. Remember the old Supergirl? Remember the old one? I used to love that movie. I remember that was, when did that come out? The original Supergirl movie. I don't even know if I can play the trailer for it. I'll probably get copywritten. Yeah, the Supergirl 1984. I remember watching that movie in like maybe when I probably didn't watch it right away when it came out in 84, but I probably watched it like later. And I remember it's like I started liking girls because of this the girl who played Supergirl. I kind of like girls. It's just, remember the original one? It's really cheesy. Look how the original Supergirl movie was really cheesy. I'll probably get copywritten for this. I'll cut through it.
You know, I think I recognize the
It's
costume.
really horrible. It's like horrible. Look how cheap this is. Look how bad this is. Look how bad this looks. She gets, it's like this weird lady. But she actually has like a disguise in this one. Like when she's not Supergirl, she has like black hair and stuff. She has a disguise on, and then when she turns, her real hair is blonde.
Wait a minute, wait 1 minute. I mean, you can do the whole number, leap tall buildings at a single bound. You can look right through things.
Yes.
Ben Steel bar.
I used to be. I probably get copywritten to watch this. But remember, you ever seen this movie? Yeah, Billie Jean, the Legend of Billie, the Legend of Billie Jean. That's an old movie. Nobody knows that movie, dude. I could say that at work. I could ask about the Legend of Billie Jean, and people are gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" Nobody knows nothing, dude. Where I work at. It's crazy. It's crazy, like this, the lack of any kind of film knowledge that people have in general. It's nuts. I guess, I mean, people didn't have the same growing ups, you know, I get it, but like, but a lot of our generation, everyone's watched movies. You know, anybody that's basically 30 or younger, they might as well just be drones walking through society, not knowing anything. Just like just listening to crappy music and it's going about their day. It's like, okay, whatever. They're just in a never world of like this. Not, they have no cultural like interests. It's weird, and because everything new sucks. Like anything new is horrible. So it's just like, yeah. That old Supergirl is cheesy and not a good movie, really. But it's fun to watch. That's her name's like Karen something. Was this actress? And she was in The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox. Remember? Where he was faking to be working at. He was just the mail boy, and he like lied, pretending he was working his way up the company. Remember that? Right here, yeah. Or Helen Slater, not Karen. Here, what does she look like? Oh man, she's like still looking pretty good for her age. The Legend of Billie Jean. There it is, right there. Look, Secret of My Success. Right here. Oh, you guys can't see it. Here, pull up. Wasn't she also in? No, she was not in Gleaming the Cube with. She wasn't in Gleaming the Cube with Christian Slater, was she? Oh, she's in the new Flash movie? I don't remember seeing her in that. Who the heck did she play? What? No way. Helen Slater's in that Flash movie. Supergirl. Was she in Gleam in the Cube? No, she's not in Gleam in the Cube. That's a skateboard movie. I don't think she was in that. Wait, is she related to Christian Slater? We're sidetracked here, guys. Wait a minute. Hold up a second. Let's go back. Helen Slater. Because Christian Slater is in Legend of Billie Jean. She's the brother in the. He's her brother in the movie. Wait a minute. Is Helen Slater related to Christian Slater? No. Okay. I was about to go crazy, dude. I thought they were. They simply shared the same last name and famously played brother and sister in 1985 cult classic Legend of Billie Jean. Okay, I was like about to go nuts, dude. Because then if I didn't know that all these years, I would have been crazy. I would have been pissed. Fun fact: Helen Slater, dude. When I was a kid, I was totally freaking. She was so hot. When you're a kid, Helen Slater, dude. Remember when she shaves her head? She's a rebel. Well, she gets that shady, crappy store owner tries to like have his way with her, and then she beats him up. She shoots him in the leg or something, right? Is that what it is? Then she's on the run. But it was self-defense. Please don't tell me they're gonna try and remake that Legend of Billie Jean movie. No, okay, thank God. That is a super Isn't there like a scene in the Billie Jean movie where she's like, that's not what who the hell are these people? Helen Slater biography. Wow, I'm going down a rabbit hole on Helen Slater here. So she's married to some guy. Well, they've been married for a long time. Since '89. Her kid's got to be grown up. So that was that her first movie? She played Superman's cousin, Kara Zor-El. Yep. Linda Lee, Superman's mother, Laura Van in Smallville. Oh, she was in Smallville. Superman's mother. Oh, she was Superman's mother in Small. I don't remember that. Supergirl's foster mother in Supergirl on the TV show. Okay, Supergirl's foster mother. Oh, she was in the Supergirl TV show, which I liked like the first episode, but I lost interest in that show. It was too hokey. It was too because it's on it's on the not WB but whatever the channel where the cheesy stuff is. It's like I don't like those shows seem cheesy to me. Attended the premiere of Supergirl with Superman, the star Christopher Reeve. Reeve was originally set for a cameo film playing cousin to Slater as Superman, but bowed out later. Yeah, the movie was not very good. It's not good, but it's one of those movies that you're like, I get it, I understand it was not a good movie, but we like it because it's like the 80s. And she definitely is like, had that super blonde, that awesome blonde hair. Was her hair dyed? Is her hair not that blonde? No, her hair still looks like that blonde. Wait, how old is she now? Okay, so she's older. She's born in 63. So that means she's 50. No. She's like 6. What would that make her? So 13 plus. So 3 plus. So 11. 49. She's 59. She's 59 or almost 60. 58 or 59 years old. No, I'm not that much younger or older or younger. I'm 48. Wait, that means she was like really young in that movie. 80, and that means she was 21. She was 21 when she made Supergirl movie. Yeah, she was young. Okay, I guess we're on this sidetrack here of famous actor. No, she's like super famous, but I mean, in the 80s, you see one good movie, and then that person's famous to you forever. Like Lance Guest in The Last Starfighter. Like, he really was only in that movie where it was awesome, and then like Jaws movie, but like he really wasn't in too many movies that were big. But that movie is so awesome that he's just famous to you forever. It's weird because back then a person could be in a cult classic movie. They can have one good movie, and then you always know them for the rest of your life. That's a famous person. Like right now, I would rather go I would rather go pay money to go see Lance Guest from Last Starfighter than go see like a big giant actor right now, like Brad Pitt or something. You know, Brad Pitt had Fury, so Brad Pitt's actually pretty awesome. I would go meet Brad Pitt again, but I never met him. I had a chance to meet him when he came to Fort Benning, but I was teaching school. Oh, I found my hat. I never showed you guys my hat. Signed by... Here, hold up a second here, guys. Let me grab it. You can't barely see it. So I got my hat signed by the actors when they came to Fort Benning to screen Fury at Fort Benning. When Fury came out, as a World War II movie, a tank movie, those actors came to the main post. Did you go to that? Do you remember hearing about that? We were there. I didn't get to go. I was teaching. I was in platform class that day. Still teaching. But I got my hat signed by the other guys from Master Gunner School. So here, hold up a second, guys. Where's my be right back? Let me grab this real quick. Let's go to full screen cam real quick. Oh, my full screen cam's all jacked up. Why is it? That's fine. Anyways, I got the hat. So I had my hat. I had this hat made. Did I ever show you this hat? You seen this hat before? I made these for my entire crew. Anyway, in 04, when we got back from that deployment, I got these hats made. Bravo Company, and I spelled infantry wrong. It's like INF. It's supposed to be IN or whatever. Anyways, but I got this signed by Brad Pitt, Logan Lerman, everybody but John Bernthal, Michael Pena. It was Michael Pena, Logan Lerman, Brad Pitt, and Shia LaBeouf all signed this. Their signatures. That's all their signatures. Actually, I don't know if I got all of them. I can't remember. We got Logan Lerman, Brad Pitt, and then I don't know if it was Michael Pena or... Yeah, I don't know, but that's Brad Pitt right there. You see? And then we got... I don't know who the hell that is. I don't know if I got them all. I think I only got 3. That one just says scribble. I don't know who that is. All I know is that's Brad Pitt. That's Brad Pitt, obviously. You can see that one. And then these I could never decipher like who they were. It was Logan Lerman. But I don't think that he... This is just a scribble right here. So I don't know who the heck this was. Oh, it's sideways. I think it's side. I'll try to figure it out later on. I think that might be Logan Lerman on the side there. I have a picture of this hat getting signed, by the way, too, so I can verify it, like, by the actors. There's a picture of my buddy that got this hat signed for me. But, like, I got a hat that I made from Iraq. Signed by Brad Pitt. Oh, I still have it just sitting here in my room. Isn't that funny? But you can make out Brad Pitt's signature. But that line of actor. Have you not seen that movie, Fabby Raptor, Fury? It's a World War II movie. It's a tank movie. And it's very popular amongst us tank people. And it's if you do ever get a chance to watch Fury, if you like war movies, if you watch Private Ryan, stuff like that, you'll like. If you like Private Ryan, things like that, you'll like that movie. It's a little more darker, a more kind of depressing, a little bit more, but it shows how a tank crew works, and then it's a freaking good movie. It's a really good tank movie. So if you don't like war movies, you might not like it because it's got bloodiness and it's got violence, obviously war stuff. But if you do watch it, you'd be like, hey, those guys signed my hat. No, it's a great movie. It's freaking good acting. They're all tank crew, so he's a tank commander. Brad Pitt's the tank commander. Shia LaBeouf's the gunner. Then you have Logan Lerman's like the assistant gunner. Michael Pena is the driver of the tank, and then John Bernthal from John Bernthal from Walking Dead and all that kind of thing, the Punisher. He's in the movie too, but he wasn't there that day that they came to the base and signed the meet and greet. But that was and I didn't get to meet him actually. I gave that hat to my buddy. They drove down to the main part of Fort Benning and they met him. And I was teaching. I had students. So I was an instructor and taught advanced tank stuff. And that particular day they came, I didn't get to meet the actor. And guess what? Nobody cared about it, the actors, like I did. And nobody cared, and so you can imagine. Nobody cared about movies like I did. And the one, my boss was like actually laughing about it. Like, oh man, that sucks. Because you're the one who actually likes these actors and cares about movies. And you don't get to meet them. I'm like, yeah, thanks for rubbing it in. Because you couldn't switch out. And you couldn't technically switch out with anybody for a changing job or teach my stuff. Because you're checked out, like certified to teach certain things. So other people can't just like teach it there. So I'm like literally the only guy who could teach that part that day. So that's how it works. It's like rules. Oh man. If you like Band of Brothers, that's a little more. This movie's a little more violent, I would say, than Band of Brothers. A little more, probably more how really. This movie's probably more realistic about how people were, probably sadistic and stuff. Band of Brothers is a little more like, let's go, boys. Don't let them get us down. It has that kind of thing going with Band of Brothers. Like, keep going. Don't stop. Like, there's that kind of mantra in Band of Brothers. But Fury is a little more, like, brutal. Maybe a little bit. If you watch The Pacific, it's a little more brutal than Band of Brothers. More a little depressing. Kind of like that, a little more. Yeah, so yeah, that was awesome. We got 5 people watching. Oh, we got a bot watching on. We got a bot watching on. Twitch. That's all I get on there is bots. I can't do anything about it because I'm not logged in as my Arrakis Central master account on there. So I can't really block this guy here. I'll do it later. I don't care. I just ignore him. All I get is bots on Twitch. My Twitch does nothing. My Twitch gets no viewers. Usually I get more viewers on Twitch when I'm playing the game. And I was going to play Arrakis Central tonight, or Arrakis Central, Dune Awakening, but I got too late. I was getting tired, and we were watching the game. We took the family to dinner, and it got too late. I was supposed to play Sea of Thieves with my son. That's what we've been playing, Sea of Thieves. He wants me to play Sea of Thieves now all the time with him. And we've been getting destroyed in PvP on that because he wants to play the PvP. And I'm like, dude, we're just going to get destroyed. Actually, we won last night. A pirate ship game, which is awesome. I used to play that a lot. I'm a pirate legend in that game. That's a title you can get. Dude, yeah, Fury's like probably one of the better World War II movies that's come out like in a while. And I wouldn't even say that's the best World War II movie since Private Ryan. Because they've had other ones that just kind of weren't not very good. Because Band of Brothers, of course, a show, not a movie. But, like, what's a better World War II movie than Private Ryan? Let's see here. That were Europe campaign. It's gonna be a big old list. Hacksaw Ridge was good, but that was the Pacific Theater. There isn't really, yeah. Fury's probably that was 2014. There really wasn't any other good World War II movies really. Between there, like as far as Pacific or European theater, Greyhound was pretty good, but that came out more recent. That was Tom Hanks. I was on. You can only watch that like on Apple TV, which is a Navy one, which is pretty good actually. Enemy at the Gates, but that's Russian front. Enemy at Gates is a classic good one. It's the Soviet Union. We Were Soldiers of Vietnam. That's also a very good one. Yeah, they're just not really any. There really isn't any good ones, like awesome ones. Weird. That's hard. That's weird to think about. I read a pirate game, stealing ships, looting. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sea of Thieves. We've been playing it again. Midway was Pacific. The new Midway, it is cool, but some of the acting's a little ho-humish. But the dive bombing scenes in that movie, even though it's heavily CGI, that movie is pretty awesome. Midway, the newer Midway one. The attack scenes are awesome. They're dropping torpedoes and bombs and stuff on the Japanese fleet. All those scenes are pretty awesome. But like some of the stuff in there was like kind of. I think is it Aaron Eckhart played Doolittle, and he was kind of miscast on that. I think it was fine. I might go watch that movie again. Actually, it's pretty good. It's not as good as Fury, and it's not as good as like. I would say tactically, that's a better than the Pearl Harbor. That Pearl Harbor movie was like a love story, right? But wait, who dies in that one? And who gets the girl at the end? One of them dies and they raises the other guy's kid, right? Isn't that what happens? Is it Josh Hartnett dies or does is Josh Hartnett dies or is it Ben Affleck? Who dies at the end of Pearl Harbor movie? Do you remember? Because they think Ben Affleck is dead, and she starts messing around with Josh Hartnett. And I think he dies actually, and she goes back with Ben Affleck or something. Because doesn't she gets knocked up with Josh Hartnett's kid? He died, and they promise to each other, "You have to take care of her and raise my kid." Because he's like dying, it's something like that, and then he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll get my girl back." Isn't that what happens? Remember Pearl Harbor? Dude, that movie sucks, kind of, as far as war goes, but it's like this love story. Let's look it up. Let's remember what happened at the end of Pearl Harbor. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in so long. Who dies? Who at the end of Pearl Harbor? Who dies? Okay, at the end of the movie Pearl Harbor, pilot Danny Walker dies during the Doolittle raid. Yeah, I remember that. They both. He takes a final bullet meant for his best friend Rafe McCrawley. Danny dies in Rafe's arms after revealing Evelyn is pregnant with their child. Danny dies and Rafe's. Who is who? Yeah, so he's like promises to like basically raise the cut, take care of her, and raise the kid. Because they hate each other at first, right? Once she finds out that they're shacking up. So Ben Affleck lives. Yeah, I was right. Is Fury on Hulu? Watch it. That's it. So Ben Affleck I forgot Cuba Gooding Jr. was in that movie. No, so I think this is what happens in Pearl Harbor, the movie. There's a love story, right? Ben Affleck goes for Kate Beckinsale first, right? They have a whirlwind romance. They're all in love. And then he ships off to fight early in the war for the British Air Force before the U.S. enters the war, right? And then he gets shot down over the English Channel, dogfighting Germans. They think he's dead, and she's all distraught. And he's basically, I think he's hurt and wounded, but he's rescued by British fishermen or something like that. I think it is. And then basically, he's kind of like, whatever, it's in limbo. What happened to him? They think he died. He's missing in action. And then they all get stationed in Pearl Harbor, and she's like a nurse, army nurse. And then Josh Hartnett thinks his buddy's dead, and then he's like trying to take care of her or whatever, you know what I mean? Because that was my buddy's, that was the buddy's girl. And then of course they hit it off and start shellacking boots, right? And then does he show up before? Yeah, he shows up in Pearl Harbor, and they're like, oh snap. And then they find out he's just like, you took my girl? But then she got knocked up by Josh Hartnett. They go on the Doolittle raid, they crash. Josh Hartnett jumps in a bullet in front of them from Japanese soldiers that are tracking them after they crash in Indochina, where the hell they are. And then he's like dying. He's like, hey, she's pregnant with my kid. You gotta promise to take care of the kid and raise that kid right. He's something like that. He's dying. He's like, fine, I promise. And you better take care of her and the baby. You promise me. And then he dies, and then at the end of the movie, they're like, nee, 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 nee. He's raising his buddies. He's back together with Kate Beckinsale and raising his buddy's kid. It's very, like, love triangle-y, the whole thing, drama. But it's, like, based on serious stuff. It's like, supposed to be like, dude, we don't care about their love triangle, dude. This is World War II. This is, like, the fall of humanity if we don't win. That's funny. He still does pretty good movies. Dude, that movie he did where he's like the crazy psycho killer gets trapped, and it's called Trapped, actually. He gets trapped in the FBI is hunting him in that concert. It's called Trap. And he's a serial killer, and he takes his daughter. No, the family doesn't know he's a killer. I don't want to spoil it. And he's the killer, so you know from the beginning he's the killer. And he goes to takes his daughter to the pop star. Turns out, well, you'll find out at the end how they knew he was going to be there. But that whole thing was kind of dumb when you find out how they knew. Like, why didn't they just get him easier? But anyways, side issue. He finds out that the whole thing is a trap. Like, the feds knew that the killer was going to be at this concert, and they just don't know who he is, really. Except they know the basic build on him. And he's like, he goes from dad mode to psycho mode, and he's trying to escape the whole movie and, like, find a way. But he's there with his daughter, and the daughter obviously doesn't know he's a serial killer. And it's actually not a bad movie. It was pretty good. That dude's had some good movies, man. 30 Days of Night. Remember that vampire one where the vampires attack the town because it's going to be dark for 30 days? That's a good movie. I mean, he was in that. He was in freaking Black Hawk Down, dude. Classic. That's a classic. Fab Raptor, have you seen Black Hawk Down? About in the 90s when we went into Somalia to stop the warlords. It's a true story. It's a real true thing, battle. There's a movie that covers the U.S. Army Rangers and special forces that had to go recover a downed helicopter crew in Mogadishu, Somalia. It happened in the 90s. It's a true story. Completely true story. When we were trying to stop the Somalian warlords. It's a classic war film. It's probably one of the best modern war movies out there, actually. Yeah, there's been no really good Iraq war movies, except for The Show, which was a great Iraq show, was Generation Kill, classic. But there really hasn't been any good Iraq war movies. That show is the best thing out there. And then they had they had. I saw that today. They were like flying in Boston. They're not going to raise the U.S. do anything for 4th of July, but they have July 1st Somalian Independence Day. How do they have independence? They're not even a real country. Independence for what? A better governmental structure? The place there's a reason why everyone's flooding out of that place. But anyways. Going back to the movie, 13 Hours was actually really good. About the Benghazi situation. I might watch that. I feel like watching something. A war movie now, talking about him. Hacksaw Ridge is good. You want to watch an pretty okay Afghanistan movie? Watch The Outpost. Fabi Raptor. You want to see kind of how Afghanistan kind of actually is, and how kind of army people are kind of weird. Well, watch Generation Kill. That's Marines with the army, but that's like how the military really is. How they act. This is like just a bunch of weirdos you deal with all day. But like, go watch that show. You have HBO Max, Fabi Raptor? Yeah, you have. If you have Hulu, you might have HBO Max. Isn't it all in one package? Isn't it Disney and all that? Doesn't it all come in one package now? You can get like all three of those for the same thing or cheap. If you have HBO Max and you're bored, that's where there's a show, Iraq War show called Generation Kill. It's only like 6-7 episodes. It's a mini series, so it's not like a whole crazy bunch of seasons you got to watch. It's just 6 small mini episodes. Not mini, but they're like, it's a mini series. And it's about the invasion of Iraq in 2003, and it's probably like the most realistic portrayal of like how military is, and how everything's just chaos and it's just nuts. Black Hawk Down, that might be on HBO Max. Let's look. That's a sad movie. It's a true story. Like everybody who dies in the movie, that person died in real life. It's pretty. It's like one of the most accurate kind of war movies that's true to life, like a real story. Ridley Scott did that. You know, the same guy who directed Gladiator. It's the same director, so it's a classic movie. It's great. It has actual real military vehicles. It was like well made. They usually use real stuff in that movie. You got commercials on HBO or on HBO stuff doesn't have commercials. I didn't think. Hulu has commercials. Oh, I have a commercial on my channel. You're talking about on mine? Yeah, Black Hawk Down's tough to watch because it's really close to home for us. Because it's like it was closer to our time, you know, modern warfare stuff. Global War on Terror. I kind of lumped that in with the Global War on Terror because it was kind of like the precursor to the Mogadishu was kind of the precursor to the stuff we were gonna have to deal with in the future, in like 10 years later, right? So it was like, it was a little ahead. It was almost like a very. At the time we didn't realize it. Like it was gonna. We were kids when that happened, right? We were kind of like in grade school when that happened, or maybe even high school. But like at the time, we didn't really realize like, oh crap, we're gonna be fighting these freaking terrorists and stuff in 10 years from now when we're in the army. And it was a good, like, it was a sample of what's to come. That's the scary part about Black Hawk Down. It was like that was gonna be us. That was gonna be us fighting in the streets of not Mogadishu, but pretty much the same dump holes. Oh, Glory. You like Glory? Yeah, Glory's probably one of the best Civil War movies. That's a true story. They all got wiped out at the end. Glory did not win Best Picture that year when it came out in 1990. Really? What did? What won that year? Driving Miss Daisy beat Glory? I've seen Driving Miss Daisy beat Glory for a Best Picture? Well, that was 89. It was nominated for 5 Academy Awards and won 3, including Best Supporting Actor, Denzel Washington, Best and Best Sound. Oh, it wasn't even nominated for Best Picture. What? Born on 4th of July was nominated for Best Picture, which I guess that probably should have beat Driving Miss Daisy. Dead Poet? Man, there was some banger movies that year. Born on 4th of July, Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, My Captain. Remember Robin Williams? Field of Dreams. Dude, we used to have great movies coming out back in late 80s, 90s. Some serious classics coming out in the late 80s and early 90s. Like nothing even compared to now. Like this is complete and utter trash coming out compared to those years of film. That's ridiculous. Let's see what was 1990. So, here, let's go. Let's go back to this. You guys can't even see what I'm looking at here. Dude, 1990. Bangers again, dude. Dances with Wolves. That one. Awakenings, which I don't know if I remember that one. Ghost. Dude. Ghost. Godfather Part 3, which is okay. Goodfellas. Dude, talk about like 1990, 89, 1990. You're just talking like some of the best movies ever made. Coming out during these eras, dude. Okay, let's see what Dances with Wolves is the best frontier movie ever made, like that whole era. You know, of like the Wild West kind of frontier post Civil War era. The other one that's really good is called Hostiles, which is actually pretty good. It's really dark and depressing though. So what's 1992 best pick? No, it was 91. 1991 best pick noms. Let's check this out. The Silence of the Lambs, dude. Beauty and the Beast cartoon, but that's like a classic, right? Bugsy, which is okay. JFK, man, Kevin Costner was just killing it then, dude. Prince of Tides, that was actually Susan Sarandon and Nick Nolte, right? Prince of Tides. It was about he was like not Susan Sarandon, Bette Midler. It's Bette Midler, isn't it? Isn't that Bette Midler? No, not Bette Midler. But why can't I think of her name? The singer. Barbara Streisand. Right, it says right there. Based on Pat Conroy's novel about a Southern coach who confronts his traumatic past while helping his suicidal sister in New York City, falling for her psychiatrist in the process. The film received 7. So it's like this, like, have you ever seen that movie, The Prince of Tides? It's kind of messed up. He's trying to help the messed up sister. They were just totally abused as kids, and then she's like the psychiatrist, Barbara Streisand, and she starts uncovering during the stuff. She realizes, oh, him and the sister were like totally molested and abused in like horrible ways when they were kids, and then she's like, oh, this, you know what I'm saying? During the movie, and it's done in such a good way. It's a classic movie. Ruin your image of glory? Well, that's a great movie. Why did I ruin my image of it? I love Glory. That's the greatest Civil War movie, I think. It's sad. Dude, bangers in 1991. Let's go here. 92 best pick noms. Dude, Unforgiven. That's a Clint Eastwood, right? Clint Eastwood. Crying Game. Don't think I've actually ever watched that. Few Good Men. Dude, that's one of my favorite movies. Few Good Men. Rob Reiner got murdered by his son, him and the wife. Isn't that crazy? He directed that. Rob Reiner. Isn't that nuts, dude? A Few Good Men. That's classic. Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino, where he's the blind World War II vet survivor. I think it's World War II or Nam or anyway, I don't know what he is. He's trying to teach that what's his face how to be a man or whatever. He's like, take a flamethrower. He's this crazy blinded like World War II veteran that's like all PTSD'd out. It's Al Pacino. It's great. I think it's World War II. The ceremony famously marked Al Pacino's first ever Oscar win. So he got an Oscar for Best Actor in Scent of a Woman. Western right. Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven became only the third Western movie in history to secure a Best Picture. Dude, Unforgiven? Dude, it's classic. It's a classic Western movie. Oh, Ferris Bueller. Yeah. Ferris Bueller. Going back to, yeah. So let's do 1993. Schindler's List. I watched that in the movie theater. Dude. That's classic, dude. Look at that. 93. That movie's crazy. You ever seen Schindler's List? Don't watch that movie. Like if you want to be sad, if you don't want to be sad. That'll make you cry at the end. When he's like wishes, when Schindler was like, I could have saved more. I could have saved more of you. And it's just like, holy crap, dude. Like, and then they're like, don't worry, you did enough. The Fugitive. Classic, dude. The Fugitive. In the Name of the Father. Never watched it. Maybe I watched it once on TV. The Piano, I've seen that. Remains of the Day, which is Daniel Day-Lewis, right? Isn't this about the Is that Daniel Day-Lewis? I think that's back Ireland, like IRA stuff, isn't it? No, it's not. I was off. I was way off. It tells a poignant story of Stevens, an aging English butler who reflects on his life, career, and missed romantic opportunities during 1956 road trip to the West Country. The book went. So I don't think I've ever seen this all the way through, like parts of it. I think the past, the present. Stevens is driving to Cornwall to visit Miss Kenton, now Mrs. Ben, the estate's former housekeeper. He hopes to convince her to return to work, misinterpreting hints of marital happiness in her letters. The past. Stephen recalls his fanatical dedication to his former employee, Lord Darlington. Driven by obsession with professional dignity, Stevens constantly suppresses the rigid him to ignore his dying father and blind himself to Lord Darlington's active sympathy towards the German Nazi regime. Most tragically, it forced him to hide his deep affection for Miss Kenton. Driving to her loveless marriage with another man. When they finally reunite, Miss Kenton admits she often wonders how her life might have been different with him. Stephen suffers a quiet heartbreak, but remains outwardly composed. At the end of his journey, he realizes he has built his life on a flawed foundation of blind loyalty. However, an encounter with a stranger encourages him to stop living and regret and enjoy the remains of the day. So does he get with a little girl at the end? I don't think I've ever watched that movie. Okay, so they don't get together. Weird. Never watched that. I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I know what it is. I've heard the name of it before, and I know I haven't seen every movie, and I'm the movie guy. That year seemed kind of weak. So 1994. Best picture. So 1984. Wait, I thought I just did 94. Oh, I must have did 93. Yeah, so we need 95. Okay, so Forrest Gump. Dude, what a banger of a year that was. 95, dude? Four Weddings and a Funeral. That's kind of a funny movie, actually. Shawshank Redemption. Forrest Gump. Pulp Fiction. Look at the movie. I mean, the Quiz Show. I never actually watched it, but I heard it's really good. I don't ever watch this movie, Quiz Show. Holy crap. Forrest Gump. I've watched all of these except for this one. Forrest Gump one. Jenny. My Jenny. Oh, you were sick. Oh, your lupus was acting up today. You were watching Schindler's List. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about you today about that. In your after I was looking at the Discord, I was like, oh, I wonder how her stuff's going. Hope you're doing okay. Especially with your move. Does that cause issues? You're moving and active and running and doing things and driving or whatever you were doing. I mean, does that mess you up? That sucks. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see. Let's do 96. Okay, so here we are. We got Braveheart, 1996. Apollo 13. Il Postino, never watched that. I knew what that is, but I never watched it. Sense and Sensibility, I've seen that like once. Babe, I've seen. The pig. Babe got nominated for Best Picture? That's kind of weird. If you're interested in referring to the ceremony took place honoring 1960s. Yeah. So, let's look at 1997, the year I joined the army. Shine. The English Patient. I've seen that. Seen Fargo. Secrets. Jerry Maguire. I watched that in the theater. Oh, okay. That's good. Oh, they took care of your aunt and uncle came in? Jerry Maguire. That didn't win. What won? The winner of Best Picture, English Patient. That's kind of... I was actually talking about this movie to somebody the other day. And it's actually kind of a good movie. I might have to watch it. I need to go and buy some of these movies and rewatch them. Oh, Titanic did not get Best Picture, and that came out that year. Huh. English Patient won Best Picture that year. Okay, let's do 98. Weird year. I don't really... 98 was my first year in the army. And then, actually, no, 97, 98 would be the year before. So Titanic would have been in this, right? Yeah, so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Saving Private... Yeah, this is the year that everyone's still pissed about. Okay, this has happened in the 1998 movies get honored in 99. Got it. Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan. To this day, people are still baffled by that. Well, how did Shakespeare in Love win? And Private Ryan did not win Best Picture. Because this is the kind of a goofy romance where it's like a romantic comedy where it's Shakespeare. And it's like he's trying to get the Gwyneth Paltrow to love him. And it's him making his stage plays, all this stuff. And Ben Affleck's, it's just, the movie's just not very good. It's like, okay. And it beat out Saving Private Ryan, which is like it's the best war movie of all time. It's a Shakespeare kind of movie. Shakespeare in Love. It's like it's about, from his point of view, like when Shakespeare was trying to make plays and stuff. So it's not like, it's about like Shakespeare himself. And it's like he's in love with this girl, and then he's trying to like basically get her to the role. He's trying to romance her. It's Gwyneth Paltrow plays the girl. I think it is. I believe it's Gwyneth Paltrow. And so, yeah, but that was a banger year. Look at Private Ryan. Then I watched that in theater too. I watched both of the Life is Beautiful. Dude, that's a sad Holocaust movie about Italy. Don't watch that if you don't want to cry. Life is Beautiful. It's an Italian movie. It's a Holocaust movie. So let's do 99. Shakespeare, this is backwards. Where's the AI? So 72nd. We'll do it by number wise. American Beauty won, which is kind of a weird movie. Kevin Spacey. This is a weird year for me because I had just got to Germany and I was not watching. I had just got back from. I wasn't going to too much movies then, especially starting when I got to Germany. I was not going to too many movies anymore because I was stuck in Germany. At least those first couple years. And I didn't watch much movies in 1999 in theater because I was deployed, and then I was having relationship issues. I won't go into too much detail. Not with my wife now. and then so somebody else, and then I was my second year in the army, was broke, deployed, and then all this is a mess. So it was like, yeah. Yeah, I was like in Kuwait half the year in the desert. So it was just like I didn't watch much movies. So a lot of these I never saw until they came out on DVD later. So I was buying like Six Sense I did watch in theaters. And Fight Club, which was awesome. So I've seen all of these except for Cider House Rules. Never seen that. I don't even know what it is. Actually, I owned all these DVDs except for that one. Now, 73rd. The best pictures, 73rd Academy Awards, were Gladiator. Dude, that's one of the best movies of all time. Chocolate. I've watched that in the theater. Actually, I watched that in a German army base. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I didn't see that until I got the DVD of it. Aaron Brockovich. Awesome. Traffic. I had that. I own that DVD. I don't think I owned Aaron Brockovich, but I did like the movie. So I've seen all those. And I watched this in theater. I watched this in theater too. Dude, I watched this in Grafenwehr. Gladiator, I think. No, I didn't watch it in Grafenwehr. I didn't watch that actually when it came out. Some of the guys went to go watch it at a Graf. We were in Gunnery. And this was playing at the Grafenwehr Theater. And I didn't go to watch it. I was doing something else. And then I ended up watching Chocolate. Johnny Depp's in that. Isn't Johnny Depp in this? It's a weird movie. Yeah. It's a weird, Johnny, it's a weird movie. Somehow I watched that in theater, not Gladiator. I watched Gladiator, I think, later when it came out on DVD. And I was like, how did I not watch this? Like, I watched Gladiator way later. I didn't watch it when it came out. And I was like, this is like the best freaking movie I've ever seen in my life. How did I not watch this before? Let's see here. Let's do 74th. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I've seen that. I own the DVD of that. Is that 74th is next? A Beautiful Mind. Another Russell Crowe, killing it. When mailed in hard copy. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. That should have been Best Picture. But Moulin Rouge, I've seen that. Spectacular. That's a musical. So exciting. That's the musical, and they're in Paris. It's Ewan McGregor, and he's in love with she's the burlesque, prostitute dancer. Freaking I can't think of her name. Nicole Kidman. You ever seen that movie Faber After? Moulin Rouge? It's kind of a musical. So it's like they're at Moulin Rouge is the burlesque dancing place in Paris in like whatever the early 1900s or something like that. And then he's like a writer, and he's like, I think he's writing about the place. Ewan McGregor. And he falls in love with the main singer performer lady, which is Nicole Kidman. And she's been abused and she's gonna kind of abused by the owner of the place. And then basically Ewan McGregor falls in love with her. Turns out she's got tuberculosis. She's dying of tuberculosis. And so it's kind of like that's part of the movie. She dies at the end or something, and he's just like sad about it. It's kind of a sucky ending, really, but it has great music. Ba, 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 like the Can Girl kind of stuff. Dun, 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 dun. It has like all those musical bits. It's actually one of the better musicals. It's pretty good, actually. I'm not a big musical kind of guy, but let's watch 75th. Oh, are they playing right now? So 2002, Chicago. Never got into that. That's a classic. Gangs in New York. The Hours. Ever watch that? Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, and The Pianist. You want to have a sad... You want to watch a sad movie? Watch The Pianist. That's a Holocaust movie. Watch that. The movies are starting to get a little weaker now. Let's see here. Let's do that was the 70. Let's do the 76th. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Well, that won Best Picture. So that's good. Master and Commander is a freaking banger, dude. Lost in Translation. I've seen that. Mystic River. I've seen all those. Mystic River. That's a good mafia kind of murder one with Sean Penn. Seabiscuit's pretty good. Master and Commander. Pff, Russell Crowe. You can't. There's been no other like sea warfare movie that will ever compete with that. You've never seen nothing like it. It's like takes place in the 1700s or whatever it is, and it's a British warship, sailing boat ship, and they're going against Spain or France. Dude, a freaking classic. You seen Master and Commander? Fab Raptor, it's just this epic for awesome sea warfare 1700s ship movie. Russell Crowe's the ship captain of this flagship, and they're out there at war with France in the New World. You know, out there in the Gulf of Gulf of Mexico, whatever you want to call it, in the Caribbean and all that kind of thing. And it's just a freaking epic movie. It's great. Let's do the Lord of the Rings, of course, is awesome. Let's do 77. The 5 Best Picture nominees for 77th, $1 Million Baby. Ooh, that's a depressing one. The Aviator, which is kind of okay. Finding Neverland. I've watched that, and I don't really remember it very well. Ray, I've watched that once. Sideways is awesome. That's actually... Wait, didn't that win Best Picture? Oh, no, $1 Million Baby won. Sideways is a lot better. That's like the disgruntled kind of divorce guy. He goes on a wine retreat to Napa Valley. It's just this real kind of like... It just has... The reason it's so good, it's just like a real movie. It's like filmed very like... You feel like it's real. Like a real reality. The way it's just kind of shot. They go up to Napa. He has this kind of former actor best friend that makes him go up there to go to... before he gets married. And he catches the guy cheating on his fiance, and he's just... It's like it's Paul Giamatti is the main character. His wife left him, or girlfriend or wife, whatever it is, and then he's just depressed. But then he meets a lady that works at Napa at this restaurant, and then it's just this like heartfelt kind of real life kind of feel movie of a guy who's down on his luck. It has that real kind of it's like that Destination Wedding movie with Keanu Reeves and Destination Wedding. It's Keanu Reeves. This is a hilarious movie. And Drew Barrymore. And I think it's Winona Ryder. It's Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves. And it's an indie little romance movie, and it's called Destination Wedding. And it's hilarious. It's pretty. He just plays. Keanu Reeves. He just plays such a different role than anything he ever plays in that movie. And it's very. It's not action. It's nothing. Just like this little like bantery kind of romantic comedy kind of thing. Like a Before Sunrise kind of thing. Remember that movie with Ethan Hawke, and he just talks to that French actress like. That's a weird movie because they just talk all night and then they like love each other, and then that's like the movie ends. But there's like 2 or 3 of those movies. They actually hook up at the end, I believe, in the third movie. Finally, after like years. That's a weird series of movies. Which one where she's pregnant? No, she's not pregnant in that one. You talking about Sideways, where the ex-wife is pregnant, or I don't think anybody's pregnant. Anything I was just talking about. I might watch Sideways. I might watch that tonight. No. That's you're talking about. What's her Natalie Portman when the boyfriend abandons her at the Walmart or at the wherever the hell they are. You're talking about Natalie Portman when she's pregnant, and then the boyfriend just leaves her with the Camaro, dumps her and leaves her. He takes the Camaro and takes off and leaves her, abandons her because it's too much. Yeah, that's Natalie Portman. I've seen that movie. That's called like. I forget the name of it. It's called Where the Heart Is. Yeah, that's a 2000. That's 2000. I don't think it's Walmart, but it's a mega store, right? No, that's Natalie Portman you're thinking of. Where the Heart Is. I've seen that movie a couple times, actually. It's not bad. Yeah, but definitely Sideways is a good movie. And Destination Wedding with Keanu. I know it's not like a great movie or whatever, but it's funny. And they hate each other in the beginning. He's just like this annoying, like eccentric, jerky guy, and she's like this other kind of like whatever eccentric. And they're like forced in proximity to go to their ex. She's invited to her ex's wedding, her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband's wedding. And then he's the friend of the guy. And then they get close proximity, and they both hate the groom and all that kind of thing. And they're in Santa Barbara, and then they're like basically just stuck. And the whole time and they end up hooking up, but they hate each other in the beginning. And it's just one of those kind of like movies. It's not like a great super. And that reminds me of kind of Sideways. Is kind of like that. Sideways is probably a better made movie, but I wish they would do more movies like that. Those movies don't make no money in the theater, right? So they would make money off DVD sales. So that's over. So those kind of big actors don't really make those kind of movies anymore. Because there's no money in it. Unfortunately. Like when DVD sales were peak. Destination Wedding. Let's play this, see if we can play it. I own the movie, actually. I own it. I like it. I watch it every once in a while. I know it's just funny. Keanu Reeves is just this goober, dude, and it's just like this jerky car sales. He's like an insurance salesman or something, and he just doesn't play. He's like, at the TV in the hotel room, the news is like, he's like, wrong, and he like makes all these gestures. He's just like this crazy, annoying. Yeah, I've never seen him play a role like that ever in a movie. It's pretty good. He used to have some great movies, dude. He's kind of tapered off since he's getting older. Remember what was the one where the glass house where it's like he's sending messages to love letters back and forth through time, like 7 years apart or something to what's her face? I remember watching that movie. I was like, I wish I would send love letters back and forth to what's her name? What the glass house? That's an old movie. It's 2001. No, that's not the glass house. I'm not thinking of that. That's a scary movie. What's the house? What's the house? The lake house. Yeah, it's what's her face? It's what's Sandra Bullock. So I was like, oh man, I wish I could send love letters, but through time. So there's a lake house and there's a mailbox, and like they pass these love letters back and forth to each other, and they go back in time. And then they figure it out. They kind of figure out what's going on. And so if Sandra Bullock's in the future, they're not that far ahead. It's like a couple years, but like, and he's like in the past. One of them's in the future, one's in the past by a few years, and they're sending these love letters back and forth to each other through this mailbox. So she drops one off, then he gets a new, then he gets it, and she gets the love letter back. So it's they can send these letters back and forth to each other, and they get them at their time, perspective times, but they're actually in two different time periods. They're like, and then she thinks he's dead. Oh, she sends him. She finds out that he gets ran over by a bus or something. I'm kind of ruining the end of it. And then she said, don't go across the street on this day or something. And she puts it in the box. And she's like, oh, is it too late? Is it too late? And then the box, the thing, like the little thing goes up at the end. And she's like, what? He got the letter before it was too late. And then and then in her time, the future, the present, he comes rolling down the. So he survived. He didn't get killed by the accident. Her letter saved him. She got to him in time, and he read it. And then, oh, the radio one? No, that's that one. I just watched. Me and my wife were just watching that. That was Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid. That was we were just watching that. That was on TV the other day. We were watching that. That was called not Static or Signal or something. The mom was like, who the mom was? I remember the mom being kind of hot. The actress. A Signal. Dennis Quaid and Jim. It's like Time Frequency. That's the one you're talking about. I own that movie on Blu-ray. I own that movie on DVD. That's The Rookie. Frequency. Jim Caviezel, Dennis Quaid. Where he's talking to the dad in the past because the mom's murdered, right? Is that what it is? So he's trying to stop the serial killer. So he's talking to the dad in the past before he's like a baby or something, and then to try and save the mom. Oh, Elizabeth Mitchell, she's the mom. She was from Lost, yeah. Dude, she used to be freaking Smoke Show, dude. Who was the killer in that one? It was like the firefighter friend was the killer, right? Is that what it was? Or no? No, it wasn't the firefighter friend. Who was the murderer in that one? The firefighter friend, he tells him when he's a kid to invest in Yahoo. That's what it was at the end of the movie or something. I remember like Yahoo. I remember that. And this was like, in the 70s or 80s or something. Invest in Yahoo. What? And remember he's like, because he tells him to invest in Yahoo. And then his buddy the friend is like, Yahoo. I'll have to remember that. And then, because that Yahoo was kind of the .com bubble that made all kinds of money when it first came out. Who was the murderer? I guess it was this guy was the killer? Or was it Brian Green was the murderer? I don't remember. Anyways, I have to cut the stream off here soon. They never really time traveled. They were just talking to the radio on that one. And then going back to the other movie, they were talking through letters. So then nobody actually time travels in any of those movies. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna cut the stream off, guys. I don't know. I gotta go get scanned at the gym. Yeah, like 9 or 10. I can't remember what time. I forgot what time. I think did they say 9? I can't remember. Get my body scanned for composition. Dude, I don't know if I told you I'm doing massive like weightlifting and working out and dieting and all this stuff. I'm like down to 225 now. I'm getting like lean. I'm getting kind of trying to get buff. I've been working out heavy. Hopefully by this time next year, I'll be like, my gut will be gone. I'm hoping. Like, I might have to start wearing medium shirts, dude. I lost a ton of weight. Ugh. My pants are alright. I'm already have to go down a pant size. Yeah, I got like on hormone therapy and stuff too, because like the doctor was like, "You're all jacked up and old." I'm like, "Really?" So I was like, so I've been doing that, and then just been working out, and then I was running. I can run. I'm running. I can do a 3-mile run. I can do a 3-mile. I can do a 2-mile run. 18:30. I did a 2-mile run at 18:30. Passing for our age group, Army standard. Let's see here. Is an 18:32-mile run passing for an 48-year-old male in the Army. Let's see what it says. I'm sorry we didn't talk much. We talked a little bit about Dune in the beginning. Yes, an 18:32-mile run is passing for a 40-year-old male soldier. The Army physical conditioning through Army to the past 2-mile run. The event, a soldier must score a minimum of 60 points. A 48-year-old male falls into the 47 to 51 bracket. The benchmark for this category are minimum passing time 22:08. Damn, I'm good. I'm passing the Army standard, baby. Your time 18:30 comfortably beats the minimum cutoff by 3.5 minutes. Maximum score 14:15 to max it. There's no way I'm getting that. An 18:30 pace puts you well clear of the baseline center, earning you roughly 80 plus points. Dude. Hey. Dude, I'd be doing really good on the PT test if I was still in the Army right now. I can't do a jumping and do other stuff because my knees and my shoulders and all that. I can just kind of go straight and that's it. I can't do anything else because I'd be broken. I'm already broken. Who wants to go running with me? We'll go running, Fabby Raptor? Let's go run. Come visit you. We'll go running. When's the last time you done like some serious exercise? Do you walk or anything? Well, with you, it's gotta be hard, right? You got inflammation and all kinds of weird stuff. I gotta cut the stream off. I gotta go to bed. I was supposed to play a video game tonight. I was supposed to play Dune. Yeah, if I can pass, I mean, there's probably people at my age, our age now, that are like cannot pass the PT test. Probably, I could pass the PT test probably right now. For age 48 in the Army, how many push-ups do I need? I can easily do 40 push-ups right now in 2 minutes. But they changed it now. Now there's different events and stuff. 10 hand release push-ups within the 2 minute. What? What's a hand release push-up? 10 reps? That's where you go down, put your arm, and come back and go up. Boom, 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 boom. Dude, I could do... Oh, I could definitely get 32. I could do 30 of those, easy. Dude, I'd be passing the... What about sit-ups? I'm in better shape now than I was when I retired. Isn't that sad? A plank standards. So minimum passing. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Dude. A 3 minute and 35 second plank? I'm pretty sure I could do that. Now, what's the rules? You can't shift off of one hand or the other. You got to stay on your elbow. What's the arm placement? Your forearms must remain flat on the ground. Oh, it's forearm. Oh, dude. That PT test's got to be easy now, dude. You don't do a sit-up no more. You do planks. Planks way easier than a sit-ups. Your head, shoulders, hips, and heels must form a straight line. If your hips sag towards the floor or skyrocket upward, the grader will be giving you a warning. Failing to fix it immediately ends the event. So if you start lifting your ass up or anything, you get warned and they cancel you. Dude, I'm pretty sure I could do 3 minutes. I know I could do 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure I could do a 3-minute plank. Bro, I'm passing Army PT test right now at my age group. Like, the deadlift, what's the deadlift? 3 reps max deadlift. What weight? Three repetitions max deadlift. Depends entirely on your military role. General standard, non-combat. Okay, combat standard, infantry. Minimum passing weight. Max. Oh, you get to choose the weight? £180? You get to choose your weight? Do they have different bars out there? I can't do 380 or 350. I could do 180. But that mean 180 I could do for sure. That might be a little tougher for me. You cannot pause or rest the weight on the ground between repetitions. Oh, you can't put it down. You have to go. Oh, well, yeah. You don't drop them anyways. Dude, that PT test is easy now, dude. Age bracket. Sprint down. I'd be passing PT. I'd be passing the PT test right now. If we were still in the army, I'd be passing. Right now, I could do all these events. So I'm still soldier ready. I'm still ready for that next war, Fabby Raptor. Anyways, yeah, I gotta go to bed though. Anyways, guys, I gotta go take a shower still too. But yeah, I kind of sidelined that whole talking about. We talked about Dune in the beginning, but we did a 2-hour Dune news. It was really only you guys watching. Nobody else was chatting, so. Whatever. We can talk about whatever I want, so. Because it's just you guys. But also, I'll be on again tomorrow. I need to live stream Dune. I need to make a video. I need to make videos, guys, so I'm trying to ramp this up again. I got some video ideas. So I need to get it. I've always keep saying 2 to 3 videos a week, which I should have been doing, and I need to really get back on that. So I need to focus up on this Dune stuff again. So I need to really get up on it. But feels like your chest is ripping apart. Man. Yeah, I mean you got a legitimate reason for hurting. But anyways, I gotta go, everyone, and I'll see. I'll gotta go live. I'll probably try to go live with Dune Awakening tomorrow. I'm kind of waiting in a weird way to play the game again, like on PlayStation, even though that's months away. If I'm gonna be starting over again, I kind of don't want to keep playing on my current for now, anyways. But we'll see what happens. I've maintained the base, but because once the PlayStation comes out, I'll be playing fully on that, and then or PlayStation version. So yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later on, and hopefully tomorrow I might, if I don't live stream, I definitely got to work on my videos. I got to get some videos out. So We gotta do a Dune 3 video. I need to do some other stuff, so. But I'll see you guys later. And talk to you later.